Good morning, everyone. My name is Emia A. Tarigan. I would like to present my thesis proposal. The title is The Struggle of the Main Character in Veronica Rossi's novel Into the Still Blue. Chapter 1 1.1 The Background of Study. The first, according to Trevor, that struggle is defined as the tendency to expect the best in all minds, confidence in the success of an action. The second, as stated by Ambrose Jolt, that struggle or individuals can choose, decide, and be responsible for developments in their lives, seek life goal, strive for personal meaning, success, and leading position in life. 1.2 The problems of study. The first, how does the main character achieve his struggle portrayed in Into the Still Blue novel? Second, what are the struggles of the main character in Into the Still Blue novel? 1.3 The objective of study. The first, to describe the ways of how the main character achieve his struggles that portrayed in Into the Still Blue novel. Second, to find out the struggle of the main character portrayed in Into the Still Blue novel. 1.4 The scope of study. How the main character achieve his struggle as the theory of Alfred Adler. 1.5 The significance of study. First theoretically and the second practically. Chapter 2 The review of literature. 2.1 Character. 2.1.1 The meaning of character. According to Abrams, describes that people which are by the reader as being endowed with particular emotional, moral, and intellectual qualities by inference from what the people say or dialogue and from what they do or the action. 2.1.2 The types of character are major or central character, minor character, dynamic, static character, round character, flat character, stock character, protagonist character, antagonist character, and anti-hero character. 2.2 Novel. 2.1.1 The meaning of novel. According to Smartjo and Seni, defines that the novel as a prose in a broad scale. The word broad refers to a story with a complex plot, various characters, complex theme, various of atmospheres and settings of the story. 2.1.2 Genres of novel are social novel, psychological novel, education novel, philosophical novel, and popular novel. 2.3 The relationship of literature and psychology. According to Arnawati, said that first, reflection of the psychological condition of the other through his or her literary works. Second, the creative process with emphasis on the analysis on the steps of creating the work. The third, the study of the psychological types and laws that can be obtained from the literary works. 2.4 Theory of individual psychology by Alfred Adler. According to Alfred Adler, the theory can be used to express the basic struggles that drive other struggles. Adler believed the most fundamental human motive is striving or the struggle for superiority or the desire to improve oneself, help others, social interests, master challenge, and move towards self-perfection, not dominate others, and overcoming the universal feelings of inferiority. 2.5 Theory of Struggle by Alfred Adler. First, as stated by Sujanto, that striving or for excellence here is not an objective state, such as a high social position or something else, but a subjective state of experience or a sense of praise that leads to excellence. Second, according to Salt, human being must struggle for success or striving for excellence is the drive for perfection or hard resolution that motivates people to become valuable and more perfect. The third, according to Aslinia, this innate motive is the struggle from the perceived minus situation towards the plus situation. This is called the movement of feelings of inferiority to feelings of superiority or competence. 2.6 Previous study. The first, Jenny Carlson, entitled Alice Vacation Between Childhood and Adult Scan at Lewis Carroll's Alice Adventures in Wonderland. Second, dual study entitled An Analysis of Rukmani's Personal Struggle for Her Life as reflected in Kamala Markandayan's Nectar in a Safe. Third, Alice Wiri-Miyarti entitled Struggle for Normal Life in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight novel. Chapter 3, The Research Method. 3.1 The Research Method. The writer used descriptive analysis method to conduct the data. According to Bogdan and Backlund, that qualitative descriptive method is used to analyze and interpret the data, and the data collected are in the form of words, of pictures, rather than number. This method is aimed to describe the struggle and the ways of the main character achieve his struggle in Veronica Rossi's novel Into the Sleep Blue. 3.2 The Search of Data. The Search of Data is Into the Sleep Blue novel. 3.3 The Data. The data of this research are taken from the paragraphs and utterance of the main character that are written in the novel of Into the Sleep Blue. The reader will choose the right paragraph and utterance of the main character which are related to the subject of the research. 3.4 The Procedures of the Data Collection. The data collecting procedures are formulated as follows. The first, reading Veronica Rossi's Into the Sleep Blue repeatedly. The second, identifying the paragraphs and utterance of the main character showing struggle. The third, noting the paragraph and utterance showing struggle. 3.5 The Procedures of the Data Analysis. The collected data are analyzed based on the following steps. The first, displaying the data obtained. The second, reading the data. The third, classing the data on the basis from which they are obtained. The fourth, analyzing the data on the basis of the theory of struggle and theory of psychoanalysis approach literature proposed by Alfred Adler. Next, noting findings, and the last, drawing conclusion. Thank you for attention.